I need to get something off my chest. I find it maddening to see so many so-called solutions to end anxiety on the internet, and yet all they're really teaching people is how to cope with the problem, not how to end it. All the books and courses out there tell you the same thing in different ways. Breathe deeply and try and distract yourself. Think happy thoughts and wait for the anxiety to pass. Well, let me tell you something. Anyone who has experienced a panic attack or high anxiety knows that deep breathing and distraction is not going to solve the problem. That's like closing the gate after the horses have bolted. It just doesn't work. People are not being given real solutions. All they are getting are band-aids that simply cover over the problem. But that does not mean there is not a very real solution available. What if I told you there is a simple technique that can stop a panic attack in 21 seconds flat and end general anxiety in under 7 minutes? Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it really does exist, and if you keep watching this short presentation, I'm going to tell you all about it. My name is Barry McDonough, and as someone who used to experience frequent panic attacks and general anxiety, I can now show you a revolutionary way to end your anxiety problem. This almost unheard of technique has gone under the radar of doctors and psychologists for years, and yet one of the world's greatest psychiatrists, Dr. Viktor Frankl, thought it to be the only true cure for panic and anxiety. And no, it's not medication, it's not hypnosis, it's not NLP or some other strange therapy. It is CBT psychology with a very unique approach to anxiety elimination. But before I say another word, I want to reassure you that I really do know what I'm talking about. For a start, I bet I can pinpoint exactly where you've been having a problem. Maybe you found yourself in the hospital's ER because you thought you were having a heart attack, only to be told later it was just anxiety. Maybe you fear you might stop breathing because your chest and throat feels tight. Maybe your bodily sensations during a panic attack are so intense you fear passing out. When you drive, do you fear getting stuck in traffic, on a bridge or at red lights? Maybe you feel nervous and afraid you might lose control or go insane in front of others. Or do you struggle with anxious thoughts that will not stop? I know exactly how you feel because I've been there too. And yes, I know you worry that you will always feel this way. Well, you can put that worry to rest right now because you won't. You will not be stuck with an anxiety problem forever. But you know, the hardest thing about all of this is the fact that other people just don't get it. You tell them how terrifying a panic attack is, and they think you're exaggerating. You explain about the continuous anxious thoughts you have, and they remark, "Hey, I worry too." You tell them that you wake each morning with a sense of dread, and they say, "Oh, come on, who is a morning person?" They simply don't get it. The weekend is coming up and your partner wonders why you won't go out for dinner. They say, "Oh, please, just do it for me." What they don't get is that sometimes you think you will actually die. The fear is so intense, and that your mind is in such a fog you wouldn't be comfortable for a minute. You really wish they could understand what you are dealing with, and when they don't, you feel even more alone and anxious. Well, I've got 2 things to say about this. The first thing is that you are okay. Yes, you have an anxiety problem that needs correcting. You wouldn't be watching this right now if you didn't. That's why you surf the net looking for answers. That's why you constantly worry if this problem will be with you forever. You worry about the scary bodily sensations and if it's a sign of something more serious. You get a cold jolt of fear at the thought of losing control and getting locked up in some madhouse. I know all of this because I have been there too. I have had the exact same thoughts and fears as you have. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay because all of this is curable. All of the anxiety can be healed, and no, you're not going to lose control or go insane, and no, a panic attack is not going to kill you. It's all okay because you are perfectly safe. Anxiety is not a mental illness. It's a behavioral problem you can quickly correct with the right guidance and information. Remember, nobody dies from a panic attack. Your body is perfectly able to handle this heightened state of arousal. You are safe. And the second thing I want to say is forgive them. Forgive those that belittle your anxiety. They have no idea how terrifying it can feel. Forgive the doctor that dismissed your story and told you to just go home and relax. Forgive the friend who stopped calling because you no longer could go out. Forgive the boss who placed all that extra stress unnecessarily on you. Forgive them all because they just don't know how difficult it is without having experienced it for themselves. The good news is that you will win in the end. How do I know this? Well, I've been teaching people how to win over anxiety for the last 10 years, and what I teach gets real results. The people who find me have often been struggling with anxiety for years, and they always say, I wish I found this technique years ago. Well, the good news is you are here now. And what if you were watching this presentation because it has come to you at the right and perfect time for you? What if you are here because you are finally ready to end your anxiety problem? Isn't that an exciting possibility? It was exciting for the thousands of other people who have used my program to end their anxiety. People like stay-at-home mums to police officers, soldiers, and even well-known TV celebrities, all who have used my program to end their anxiety problem. And you know, the thing is, it isn't all that hard to do. All you have to do is take the first step. Let me tell you quickly how it happened for me. I was in my first year of undergraduate studies when I began to experience panic attacks and general anxiety. After months of struggling with the anxiety, I became absolutely determined to find a natural solution to the problem. I didn't want to take drugs or see a therapist for fear it meant I really did have a serious mental problem. So I began intensive research into all the different psychological approaches for ending panic and general anxiety. And that research turned out to be incredibly frustrating, as every book and course seemed to be recommending the exact same series of coping techniques and exercises, saying things like relax and breathe through it, seek distractions, or just wait for the anxiety to pass. All of this was just helping me to cope with the anxiety, not to end it. So I kept searching for a real solution, something that would finally stop the panic attacks and general anxiety. I began by experimenting with a very counterintuitive approach to stop anxiety, an approach that turned the tables completely on the anxiety. And to my great surprise, it turned out to be incredibly effective. So effective that the looming panic attacks stopped immediately. And what's more, over the coming days, my general anxiety level dropped right down. I tested this approach over a few weeks, and each time I was now able to stop a panic attack within a matter of seconds, and I could bring my general anxiety right down within minutes. This was complete freedom for me. I could now start doing things I was avoiding. I could go out without the fear of an anxiety bomb ticking inside of me. I could travel long distances without the fear of getting stuck someplace far away with anxiety. It was real freedom. I began to formulate the approach into a simple technique that others could use and apply to their lives. I then started teaching it over the internet in 2001, and the results it achieved for people were nothing short of incredible. I had no idea back then what a success this one simple technique would become. And today that technique is known around the world as the 21-7 technique. The program I teach this life-changing technique in is called the Panic Away program and has been sold in over 32 countries worldwide. People from all kinds of backgrounds have used Panic Away to end their anxiety problem, and time again they say the same thing. Why wasn't I told about this years ago? In fact, do you know that in just a few hours of using Panic Away, people report better results than years and years of therapy and medication? Panic Away is rapid relief for anxiety. So what does that mean for people? It means no more fear of leaving the house in case of a panic attack, no more fear of getting stuck somewhere you can't excuse yourself easily from, no more making excuses why you cannot make it to a social engagement, no more putting off holiday plans or business travel, no more fear of getting stuck in traffic or on trains, no more fear of business meetings, no more living a very trapped existence. People call the office all the time with their success stories. Here's an example of the kind of results people are getting.
I am so thankful that I found this. I mean, what a wonderful, wonderful blessing. It works in eliminating that panic attack. I never learned how to deal with panic attacks this way. I'm 32 years old, and I've been having them since I was 16. And this is the first time ever that, I was told, look, try it this way, where I actually saw results straight away.
On December 28, 2009, I had my first terrifying panic attack in the form of breathlessness. It was so bad, my body froze. They had to call an ambulance and get me. After a complete medical workup by my doctor, there was nothing they could find. I was diagnosed with GAD. Being a health professional, I decided to go online and learn as much as I could about my condition. Luckily for me, the first line I read was Panic Away. The book is the most straightforward and well-written piece of clinical literature I have ever read. And being a pharmacist, I've read quite a bit of clinical literature. Within 2 weeks, I have a sense of calm in most days that I have ever had in my whole life. Panic Away not only changed my life and my outlook on it, it saved my life and my career. If it wasn't for this course, I'm not sure which way my life may have turned.
Those are just an example of what people are achieving with Panic Away. Ordinary people regaining their lives through a very simple technique. You'll be amazed at how such a simple technique, known as the 21-7 technique, could be so powerful in restoring you back to your former carefree self. I'm not only talking about eliminating panic attacks, but also getting your general anxiety level right back down to zero without the use of any medication or alternative therapies. This technique is based on advanced psychology made simple for everyone to apply. Best of all, it takes seconds to implement and can be done at home, at work, or when traveling. The really unique thing about Panic Away is the speed of recovery. Within one reading of the book, people start to feel much calmer. Within one viewing of the DVD, they can feel their panic and their anxiety lessen. It can really work that fast. The purpose of this presentation is to let you know you can be anxiety-free again. That's our goal together. So listen to what I'm about to say. This is crucial if you are to seriously begin on the road to full recovery. There is one key factor that makes the difference between those who fully eliminate panic attacks from their lives and those who do not. And that key factor is when the individual no longer fears the thought of having a panic attack. Now, this may seem like a simplified and obvious observation, but give it careful consideration. The one thing that has you searching for a solution to anxiety and panic attacks this very moment is the fear of having another one. The first time a person experiences a panic attack, it can feel like their world is falling down around them. Nowhere feels safe as the anxiety becomes like a stalker lurking in the background. When this happens, people begin to either avoid situations that make them anxious or they medicate themselves to the point where they are numb to the fear. I'm sure you'll agree neither of the above is a satisfactory solution. What my program Panic Away does, and in particular the 21-7 technique, is give you the ability to immediately stop fearing another panic attack. It's very simple, yet amazingly effective. Here's how it works. After a person experiences a panic attack for the first time, the experience can be so impacting that it leaves a strong imprint on the person's psyche. This mental imprint generates a cycle or loop of anxiety, whereby the person develops an unhealthy fear of having another panic attack. People can spend anywhere from months to years caught in this repetitive cycle of anxiety. Panic Away teaches how to break the cycle of anxiety and return to normal everyday living. The really unique element of the technique is that there is no need for you to regress into your past and find out why you had your initial panic attack in order to get results. All that is needed is your willingness to break out of the anxiety cycle. Are you ready to try this right now? In the end, you must break this cycle of fear with a tool that will allow you to never fear another panic attack. That has been the solution for the thousands of people I have taught so far. And from the feedback I get, it is very obvious that other courses and treatments out there are not showing people how to end their anxiety. Rather than fully empowering you, they teach you coping mechanisms and strategies on how to get over a panic attack once it happens and how to get over the anxiety. But that is not good enough. Just coping with this condition is not good enough. People need a program that teaches them how to free themselves from ever having another panic attack again. That, I am sure, is the only kind of result you are interested in. So, if this works so well, why isn't every doctor and therapist teaching this technique? Well, the reason is that most people who visit their doctor are simply given medication to stop the anxiety. Doctors simply don't have the time to investigate any alternatives with their patients. If a person goes for therapy, they may spend hundreds of dollars to hear the same coping exercises you can find all over the internet. These ineffective psychological approaches date back to the early 1970s and have never produced more than mediocre results for people. Panic Away, on the other hand, has one of the largest collections of testimonials for an anxiety treatment program, and it achieves these results because the technique is so empowering. I've been teaching this technique for almost 10 years now to over 54,000 people, and now the word is finally getting out with more and more therapists and doctors recommending the use of Panic Away. Dr. Glenn Livingston summed it up best when he commented on Panic Away, saying, "Finally, a clear and concise explanation of panic in its many forms, with practical advice and exercises for symptom reduction and elimination." So you have to know that there is a very real solution to this problem. Do not keep coping with this condition, hoping it will just go away on its own. You must take action. And never let your anxiety trick you into thinking your case is unique and not curable. That is simply not true. There are no lost causes, no matter how long you've been suffering from anxiety. Let me say that again. There are no lost causes. Everyone can get this to work for them. That means you. This could be you calling in next week, telling everyone about your success story.
Very simple to apply to your life and has been so life-changing for me. He's brilliant. I wish I would have known about this 10 years ago. It's amazing. That's all I can say.
Panic Away, wow. I'm forever grateful, and I thank God for letting me find this site.
As a frequent business traveler, this was a huge, huge issue in my life. I started the Panic Away program 6 weeks ago and was absolutely amazed at how quickly it helped me.
And I was scared to death of passing out. And I would call my husband all the time to make sure his phone was on and I'd be able to get him. In October, I found Panic Away. I typed "how to stop panic attacks" in the search, and there it was. Within 10 minutes of reading the book, I walked upstairs smiling and told my husband, "I think this is it. I'll never forget it. Today my panic disorder is gone."
I'm so excited, like, whew, this is great.
Let me ask you this. How will tomorrow be any different if you do not take action today? I know many of you fear taking action to end your anxiety in case you fail, and then you might feel even more desperate than before. But that is just the anxiety speaking, not the real you. Decide that today is the day for action, that today is the day you take back your freedom. This is about improving the quality of your life dramatically. In fact, this could be the most important decision you are about to make in a long time. You can have freedom again. It's your birthright. It's just a matter of deciding to go after it. And remember, deciding not to act is also making a decision. So why not take a chance and go for it? Within just hours, you could be feeling so much better. You must make the move towards an anxiety-free life. It will not find you. Just click the Add to Cart button below now and you can get started right away. Here's what you get with Panic Away. You get the book, which is the foundation of the program. It's easy to follow and explains the core teachings through words and illustrations. Many report that after just one reading of the book, their anxiety is dramatically reduced or completely gone. This happens because each section of the 254-page book is designed to break down the anxiety piece by piece. This compact book will become your best companion, and you'll want to take it with you wherever you go. You get the high-definition DVD to fast-track your recovery. You will learn the basics of Panic Away in just 48 minutes flat. That's right, in less than an hour, you will already have the core teachings to take you to a new level of freedom. This is ideal for people who are short on time and need results right away. Then you have the Panic Away CDs. Sometimes it's easier to have someone guide you through an exercise or an audio recording than reading it to yourself. The audio CDs that accompany the program are recordings of the essential Panic Away exercises. Everything in the Panic Away program is condensed down and made simple to follow and implement. That is why this program is getting the results it does. No time wasting, no filler, just results. Now, these CDs are extremely useful for people who have driving anxiety or fear of flying. Take them with you wherever you go and let them go to work for you. I'm so excited about what Panic Away can do for you, and I really don't want you to miss this opportunity. So I decided the best thing for me to do is to take all the risk. Now what that means is that if you don't get all the results you are looking for from Panic Away, then I will refund your purchase in full. I'm giving you a risk-free 100% money-back guarantee. You have a full 8 weeks to use the program, and if for any reason you're not happy, I will refund your purchase in full. No questions asked, no hoops to jump through, just an honest-to-goodness guarantee that removes all the risk from you. But that's not all. If you order today, you will get the entire Panic Away program at a greatly reduced price. Because the retail price of Panic Away on Amazon.com is $129. But because you are watching this presentation, I'm going to give you the option of purchasing the program from the official site for just $67.95 for the download version or $97 for the printed pack shipped to your home. Yes, that's right, you are getting a major discount off the retail price just for staying with me to the end of this presentation. Now, for obvious reasons, I can only offer this discounted rate for a short period of time because the retail stores don't like their prices being undercut. So get a copy now while this presentation is live. Just click the Add to Cart button below to order. And if that were not enough, if you order right now, I will also throw in lifetime access to the Panic Away private members forum as a free bonus. Regarded by many as the best kept secret of Panic Away, the members support forum is an essential part of Panic Away. There you will find the most caring and supportive people who want you to succeed because they already have. You can visit online day or night and find people eager to help because they know exactly what you are going through and how to best handle it. This kind of dedicated support is very hard to find anywhere else. It's a community of qualified therapists and lay people dedicated to getting results, and each new member is welcomed warmly as part of the Panic Away family. Take a look at how many posts there are in the success section alone. There you'll see success stories coming in daily. I would really urge you to not let your anxiety cause you to procrastinate and put this off. Really examine any doubts you have about trying the Panic Away program. Remember, you will be trying a program that has worked for thousands of people. You are getting a reduced price through this presentation, and you have a full 100% money-back guarantee. There really is nothing to lose. Become a Panic Away client, and together we will get you anxiety-free. What I would like you to do for me is to tell me about your success story. Even though I get a lot of emails, I want to hear your success story by the end of the week. You can be the next person calling in to share your great story. Thank you for taking the time to listen. This is the end of the presentation. To order Panic Away, just click the Add to Cart button below and let's start this journey together. Let's get you anxiety free right now. See you on the other side.